All right, so overall impression is just finishing off the home portion of the schedule with a big win like that.
It's always great to finish, the home schedule in front of our fans with a big win like that. And look, the last 7 games we're unbeaten, and we've dominated teams, first, second, third in the league. And we just really got it rolling. We're scoring goals. We're pretty solid at the back. And we're looking good.
What about possession, especially in the first half?
Yeah.
It looked like that was a big factor, just controlling the ball and leading to those 2 first half goals.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about all season, it was just about learning from our mistakes, and the coaching staff have been drilling into us, all year about learning from our mistakes, taking more risks higher up the field to score goals, keep the ball moving, get the ball from the back to the front a little bit quicker, and then the last 7 games we've really started to put that together. So we're on a good little run here.
Did it just take some of the adversity, especially with that winless period in the middle of the summer, to get to this point to have this unbeaten streak?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough with a young team, but just like I said, the coaching staff have been drilling into us, all year long about, learning from our mistakes, just keep going, and it's paying off now at the end of the season. You're seeing what we can really do.
Yeah, and talking about some of these young guys, George was able to get a goal.
Yeah.
And Ginkamana had a goal as well.
Yeah.
But what about those guys and just mentoring them, these teenagers or guys in their early 20s as they go through this process?
I mean, look, they're great. George Campbell, young Will Riley coming on again. We've talked about all those young players, Louise. Us as older players are just really trying to help them along, but they've been great. Like I've talked about it before, they've got a great mentality. Will, George, they come into training every day and they graft, and that's why they're getting the rewards that you see out there tonight.
You already have more points than you did last year with a match to go. What's just been about the team this year in comparison to last year? What improvements the team's been able to make just to have a better campaign?
Well, I think if you look at it, we've probably had a much younger team. We had a lot of guys who'd been in the league last year. We had a much younger team. But I mean, look, to be honest with you, there's a lot more togetherness this year, and especially these last 7 or 8 games. We've really come together as a team. We're fighting for each other, and I think that shows in the results, and it shows in the celebrations. It shows in tackles, blocks. So I think that's a big difference.
Remember in the preseason, you and Tyler talked about wanting to get results and get wins, and not just be a developmental, team. Have you just noticed that now, just starting to get wins and not just being known as guys getting some minutes just to improve their game?
Well, I think as an MLS second team, obviously it's not just all about results. Like there's different reasons for this team. It's definitely to develop players, but I think you develop players when you do win and you perform well. And you learn a little bit more, and you're starting to see that. Like you said, George has grabbed a couple of goals in the last few games. You're seeing great performances from a lot of the young guys. George Bello coming back from a tough injury and performing unbelievable. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into an MLS second team, but I definitely think this last stretch of, even before we started picking up wins, we were playing really well, and like we talked about, it was little mistakes we were making over and over again, and we just kept going and training, and like I said, it's finally paying off.
And then lastly, Tyler announcing his retirement. Just discuss his contributions to the team and being his teammate and being part of that mature group, the captaincy, and just helping the team out.
Well, Tyler's had a fantastic career, and everyone congratulated him on that tonight, and it's great to see someone finishing such an amazing career like that. He's played in Europe, played in the MLS, played in the USL, NASL. So he's got bags of experience. But Tyler's one of those guys that kept the standard every single day. He wouldn't let anybody get away with anything. And you need that. You need that in the training ground, especially with younger guys. You need somebody to keep the standards high, and Tyler definitely did that.